If you're a parent, you've probably heard it's just a phase at least once. And usually the word phase in this sentence means a season or stage your child is in that you look forward to being over. In other words, it's just a phase, but don't worry, it'll soon be over. But what if we viewed each phase of our kids' lives in a different way? What if we viewed each stage as an opportunity instead of an obstacle? That's why we remind parents why every phase matters. Let's start by redefining the word phase. A phase is defined as a time frame in a kid's life when you can leverage distinctive opportunities to influence their future. In other words, it's just a phase, so don't miss it. We're going to spend the next few minutes looking at the elementary school phase. During this phase, you all have a specific role. Your role is to engage their interests. School is a crisis. Your now elementary school kid is adjusting to big changes, whether it's bus rides or lunch lines or new routines. But that stress of change can also be a platform for discovery and growth. The way you answer their questions, listen to their stories, and show up consistently will help them improve their abilities. It's important to keep in mind that an elementary kid thinks like a scientist. The way they process information best is when you give them concrete examples. Don't just talk to them about constellations, take them outside and have them search for the Big Dipper. Leaders, when you're engaging this age in a conversation about faith, be specific about how trusting God looks in real, everyday life. The elementary phase stretches from 5 years old to 5th grade. Let's start with 5-year-olds and 1st graders. The phase when unfiltered words make you laugh, school drop-offs make you cry, and life becomes a stage where your kid shouts, "Look at me!" Kids in this phase are constantly asking, "Do I have your attention?" This probably isn't news to you, but it's critical to understand it's all a part of this phase. You capture their heart when you improve their abilities. Every kid wants to feel like they're good at something, and that's especially true at this age. Piano lessons, soccer practice, math tutors, all of these things motivate and affirm your 5-year-olds and your 1st graders. 2nd and 3rd grade phase, the phase when fairness matters most, differences get noticed, and your enthusiastic kid thinks anything sounds like fun. Kids in this phase are constantly asking the question, do I have what it takes? Maybe for the first time in their lives, your 2nd grader is realizing things about themselves that might be difficult for them to process. You capture their heart when you encourage their efforts. Every kid wants to feel like they're good at something, and that's especially true at this age. Find something your 2nd or 3rd grader can do and excel at. Playing basketball, making cookies, reading on their own, all of these things motivate and affirm your 2nd and 3rd graders. The 4th and 5th grade phase, the phase when friends are best friends, games are for competition, and your confident kid will insist, "I've got this." 4th and 5th graders are constantly asking the same question, do I have friends? Nothing, absolutely nothing matters more to a 4th grader or 5th grader than knowing they have friends. That's why the best way to capture their heart is to develop friendships. During this phase, you will have more access to their lives and relationships than you will have in a few years. Make an effort to get to know their friends, but keep your boundaries healthy. It should come as no surprise, but the elementary phase is motivated by fun. And you coach this motivation when you play on their level. Break out that board game or let them show you the cool new gaming app they've downloaded. Even if it's just a few minutes a day, you're building a framework where fun and one-on-one time are clear priorities. This year, you will provoke discovery, so your child will trust God's character and experience God's family. Your elementary kids may be starting to read and enjoy books, so this is a great year to purchase a kid's Bible. Look for one that is the full text in an easy-to-read translation like the NIRV. You may need to read it to them for now, but not for long. Continue having other faith conversations as you go about your days together. You do that when you invite them to pray out loud. Say things like, "Are you scared? Let's talk to God about it." Or say things like, "Isn't that wonderful? Let's stop and thank God for it." You can repeat simple statements that you want them to memorize. Things like, "You need to make the wise choice," and "You should treat others the way you want to be treated." For older kids, you can give them permission to ask hard questions. Say things like, "I'm not sure what the answer to that is, but we can look it up together." You can also talk about what your kids learn at church. Ask specific questions like, what did Jesus do when he went to Zacchaeus' house? Finally, you can connect with a faith community. And don't just attend, get involved. Create relationships with parents in all seasons of life. You'll need their support and wisdom now and as your child moves on to the next phase. Remember, it's just a phase, so don't miss it.